Welcome. We're going to review or unbox and review the Bulin BL100 B15 stove, the little box on the table, and the S2400 Pot, which is the one I'm holding at that point. Now, as I open the box actually came a bit squished, so I was a bit concerned that the contents were going to be also squished. But as it turned out, there wasn't a mark on it, so that's good. Just checking over the labels there, and everything was in Chinese, so no help there. So then I took it out of the mesh bag, which I'm not sure I'll use, but nevertheless, and then out of the plastic bag as well. So you can see the heat exchanger unit on the bottom there, but we'll look at that in more detail in a bit. And the handle, you give it a little squeeze and you pull it back and it locks in place, and there was a free pan scrub on the inside. Looking at the interior, there isn't any markings on the interior about what volume of water you might be boiling. There is a rim, and in that rim I found out that was around about 500 ml or half a litre. Anyway, onto the stove. So again, the box was a bit dented, but it didn't seem to do anything to the stove itself. Looking at it, there didn't seem to be any marks on it at all. So you get a small instruction booklet, which is in Chinese but also in English, and on the outside of the box it said free gift. And the free gift was one of these little pizza lighters. I'm just checking to see if I can see the spark there. I couldn't, it was too bright, but we'll see it in operation shortly. So taking the stove out of the again, its own little bag, which in this case I might use that, to be honest with you, to save the inside of the pot where I'll carry it and store it. So we unfold the legs at the bottom and pop the hose out, and so far so good. And get that out of the way. And yeah, so I just unfold the legs and span it around, just check to make sure everything was in place and steady. When I'm flicking up and down there's a couple of extension legs, and again we'll see that in a little bit more detail later. So standard camping gas cylinder, and it just screwed on, no problems. And there we are. So we'll just pop that down. I do like a stove that's close to the ground, to be honest with you. I don't like high stoves. They look a bit tippy to me, particularly if you're on rough ground. Anyway, lit it up immediately with the little lighter, pizza lighter stick, and what we've got there, I've measured out exactly 500 millilitres, half a litre. I'll put that in, and that's when I noticed that the little rim around the on the inside of the pot was just that. Right, so we'll just put a little timer on here, and it's going to speed up now. And there we are, about 4 minutes 20 something seconds, and it looks well, it's a roll and boil on the inside. So let's turn it off, and we'll put it back into the measuring cup, and that's not a bad pour, that, actually, you know, no drips or anything. Yeah, so that was okay. So I went and got my cup, which I'd forgotten to bring to the table, and it's one of these little rubberized pop out ideas. So 500 milliliters, use me 1 cup. And then the second cup. So no problems there then. Yeah, it boils water, what can you say? Right, a little bit closer view of the pan and the stove, and you can see the heat exchange element at the bottom there. A little bit out of shot, apologies. And yeah, the handle locks in place, so you're okay until you squeeze it again. And when you push it up the top, it also locks in place. So any contents that you might want to store in there should be relatively secure. I was just checking to make sure that I could actually handle the burner, the stove. A couple of minutes had gone by. So we'll unscrew the gas, and we'll have a quick look at the stove unit. So those are the little legs. But you know, I found that the legs didn't really lock in place. So I wasn't really happy about that. But nevertheless, once the pan's sitting on top of it, it's quite stable, as you can see. I'll give it a bit of a rattle and a bit of a shake. Yeah, everything seems to stay together, so that's quite good. But there you go, I was moving that leg out again. Yeah, so we'll have a little look at that, I think, in a second. But there's the fitment. It's quite a neat fit, as it should be, since they're made by the same company for one another. So yeah, I was getting a bit worried a little about those legs and how they locked into place and whether I'd done something wrong. Anyway, we had a quick look at the bottom to see if there was anything there that I had missed, and didn't appear so. So off we go to the garage, and we came back with a screwdriver to see whether or not these were a bit slack. So I put a bit of pressure on them, all three, and well, didn't do anything really. Felt just the same to me. So I give it another go, and this time you can see the knuckles going a bit whiter, and yeah, it didn't do anything. There must be a spacer in there to save it from cinching down too far. So well, what we're going to have to do is we're just going to have to understand the way that the thing works. So I do have another couple of pans that I've been using, quite well used, as you can see, and that one with the little legs folded out sits on there, so you could use it. This one, it's got a rounded bottom and it just wouldn't fit in there at all, so that's not going to be very useful for anything really. And even this one's yeah, it wasn't the best fit. So the story here is that those pans there aren't really that useful for this particular burner, but I have another one which I've used with that one. So if we're going on a short trip and all we're going to do is make a cup of coffee, then we'll be fine. But I like a fry up and the frying pan, as you can see, sits quite nicely on there. Try to knock it about a bit, and then eventually I got it to fall down, but you know, again, that's not the type of thing that you normally do. You try and get it nice and central and leave it, don't you? Yeah, so packing it away. Now, I haven't got a bit of video for this bit, but inside the pot at the moment is the gas cartridge and the cleaning sponge thing that came with it. And what we're going to do is just going to fold the burner up and yeah, get that cable out of the way, hose out of the way, and fold it up, put it in its bag. Bag is a little tight. It's fine. It's just, you know, as you can see, I fumbled about with it a bit until I got it. You know, if I made the bag another half an inch, or, you know, sort of 13mm wider, it would be a lot easier. Anyway, yeah, there's a sponge and a gas cartridge, and if we turn this upside down, stick it in, put the lid on, we've got a nice neat job. So all in all, this is what it says on the tin, I guess. So thanks for watching, and if you like this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please let me know what you think. BL100 B15 and the S2400 pot. Yeah. Thanks. See you next time.